Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time being here, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to show you how to make this trending mama design from scratch in Silhouette Studio. Now I use the Silhouette Studio's business edition to do this, so if this is something you're interested in, please do continue watching. We are in Silhouette Studio. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to my left where you'll see an A. I'm going to click on it. This over here where I'm hovering, there's a A. That is my text icon. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to click anywhere on my screen. When I click anywhere on my screen, a blue little cursor is going to come up. You're going to type the word mama. When I type the word mama, I'm going to select it, okay? And I'm gonna go over here to my text style panel and you're going to open it. Now the font that I'm going to use for this project is called Sports World, and I'm going to click on it. So next I'm going to drag it over and I'm going to sort of determine how wide and how high I want this to be. So when you drag it from the sides, what it does, it stays proportional. Okay. So what I'm going to do to get a true, because if you look at this font, you'll see that there's a lot of space here and a lot of space at the top. To get a more accurate description of what the size is, you're going to right click and you're going to go down to where it says convert to path and you're going to click on it. When you convert to path, you will have a more accurate description of what the size is. So right now it's telling me that my size is about 10.836. So I'm going to make it a little bigger because I'm going to put this on a large shirt. So I'm going to make it around 11.1 is fine. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the height about 4 inches or 3.5 inches. No, that is okay. Okay, so I pull my height down and this is what I'm going to have. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click off and I'm going to go back to my text and I'm going to click on the A again because I want to write another text, and I'm going to write EST, and I'm going to change this font to Norfleet Sketch, and that is okay. And I'm going to put, instead of doing EST only, I'm going to add 2015. Okay, now this is okay, and the size of this looks okay. I don't want it too big, so I'll just leave it at that. Now I'm going to check to see how wide and how high this is, and this is about 5.356 high, which is okay for me, and it's around 11 inches. Okay, I'm gonna make it 11.1. Sorry, I'm a big girl. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna work on the mama. So on the mama part, I am going to add an offset or an inset around this because I want it to have an outline. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over here where you see this star. I'm gonna click on it and I'm going to go where it says internal offset and I'm going to click on it also. And the internal offset that I want to make it 0.125. And I'm going to leave the corners like a box because it is it's not a rounded text so much, but it has boxes at the edge. So I'm gonna leave that like that, and I'm gonna press apply. Now a few things will happen when you press apply. When you press apply, you're gonna see that there are boxes all the way around each of the letters. What you do without clicking off, go up here where it says object, and you're going to group. When you group, I'm going to change the color. So I'm going to go over here where you see this grid, and I'm going to change the color to pink because I want to see what I'm doing, and I'm going to go to the box that is beside it, and I'm going to take it off. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the outer layer, and I am going to change that color. So I want to ensure that the outer layer is selected, and I'm going to change that color to black, and I'm going to go to the icon that is beside it, and I'm going to take the line off. Now this looks absolutely wonderful already. This looks good. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to change the color of EST to black. Okay, so it's not going to change until I actually put the rhinestones there. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to open my rhinestone panel. And for Mama, the outline, I'm going to click on it and I'm going to put an edge, which is the second rhinestone effect. And I'm going to take the size down from 0.39 to 0.15. I'm going to press enter. What that does is that it brings the rhinestones a little bit closer to each other. I'm also going to put an edge on the EST 2015, and you see that that changes, and I'm going to go over here and take the line off. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the pink, and I'm going to choose the fill that I want. I don't want that fill. So I'm going to choose the radial fill. This is the linear fill. It's too straight, so I'm going to choose the radial fill, and that looks much better. The only thing is that I'm going to have to move around some stones. Okay, so now at this point, you'll want to check to see if you're okay with the size. At this point, you can change the size because you have not released your rhinestones as this. After you release your rhinestones, you will not be able to go ahead and change the size again. So ensure that those that size is what you want before you go ahead and release the rhinestones. So I'm okay with this size. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna release all my rhinestones. So when I release my rhinestones, what I'm gonna do, I'm going to go ahead and move around some stones and put stones at places that needs it. When you release your rhinestones, you're gonna see that there's a box around each of the rhinestones. It's just telling you that these have been released. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click off, and I'm going to add rhinestones in places that needs it. Like for instance, let me zoom up and show you. Here, I could add some rhinestones there. I could fix right here, maybe add a few stones. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to go ahead and add rhinestones in places that it's needed, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay guys, so I think I have finished move the stones around, and it looks so much better than how it looked before because I fill up some of the spaces, and this looks okay and I'm happy with it. So the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to go up here where it says edit, and I'm going to click the option that says select by color. When that happens, you're going to have two options. You're going to have the by line and the by fill. So since we took off all the lines, the next option we have is by fill. So I'm gonna click on the bifill panel, and I'm gonna click on the black, and I'm gonna go up here where it says object, and I'm gonna group it. Okay, so after I group it, I'm going to go ahead and make it into a compound path. So you're gonna go to object again and press make a compound path. When you make it a compound path, I want you to go ahead and check to see if you see any bright red stones. Because if you see bright red stones, it means that stones are sitting on top of each other, and you do not want that. So mine looks okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put back the color. You could choose any color you want, because at the end of it all, it's about the stones that you use. So I'm gonna choose black again, and I'm going to take the line off. So the take the line off, you go where you see this red rectangle. The next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back to the select by color, and I'm gonna select the pink, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm gonna go up here where it says object, and I'm gonna press group. After I group it, I'm going to go ahead and make it into a compound path by clicking on object again and make a compound path. So I'm gonna go here, click on object, make a compound path. The color will go away, and you're gonna do the same thing. Look to see if you have any bright red stones, or if stones are touching, or so that you could fix it before you go ahead and cut this out. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put back my color. Let me do red, and I'm gonna take the line off. Okay, let me do pink or purple. Okay, so this is okay. Now you have the two colors being made into a compound path. You could make one, you could also have made the colors different, or you could just do whatever you want when you want to put the stones in. So all you have to do now, you're going to go ahead, you're going to select everything, and you're going to go up here where it says group. You're going to group it back. This way, when it comes into Cricut Design Space, then it's going to come as one image with different groups. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go up here where it says file, and you're gonna go to save selection, then you're gonna save it to your hard drive, and I'm going to save mine wherever you want to save it. Okay, I'm gonna save this as Mama EST 2015, and you're gonna save this as an SVG, and you're gonna press OK. So what this does is that it's ready to be cut out. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring it into Cricut Design Space where I can cut it out. So now we're in Cricut Design Space. The first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over here where it says upload, and I'm going to go and get the image that I want to upload. So I'm gonna go upload image, browse. Okay, this is it, and I'm gonna press upload. So when it comes, I'm gonna click on it, and I'm gonna add it to my canvas. Okay. Okay, so when it comes in, you're going to check to see if the size is the same as the size that you did in Silhouette Studio. This is very important. Now, mine came in at the correct size because in Silhouette Studio, I did a size of 11.23 something. And this came in at the correct size, a 237, and this came in at the correct size. So all we need to do right now is to make it. Go ahead and make it. When you hit make it, it's gonna sort it into two different mats. But because I want to save flock, I'm just going to move the pink one. I'm going to press click move object on these three dots and then move the object to the black mat. Okay. And I am just going to cut it there. So I'm just going to bring it down here and I'm just going to cut it on one mat. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to press continue. And then what it's going to do, it's going to search for my device and I'm going to click on the setting that I have made for my flock. So when it does that and it finds my device, I'm just going to cut it out and then I'm going to show you what to do next.
Okay guys, so this is the template that I went ahead and I cut out. It cut out beautifully. I didn't have any issues at all with it. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I put it on a Dollar Tree chopping mat so that I'll be able to brush my stones in. So the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with my citrine and I'm going to use the citrine for the outline. So what I'm gonna do, I dump the stones onto the outline area and I use a edge brush. Now I got this edge brush from Amazon. I'm gonna link it in the description box where you'll be able to find it. And what I did, I just went ahead and I brushed the stones in. I also went ahead and after I brushed the stones in, I used my transfer tape to take up the stones. And you have to be very careful when you're using the transfer tape because the transfer tape can, if you cannot put it down and then take it up. You'll have to just put it down and commit. And what I found with this one, when I put it down, some of the stones it shift out of place. But if that happens to you, do not worry. Just use your fingers to pop the stones back into the place that they came out of and then go ahead and put the backing on. Now I did the same thing for the inside of this template. I used sapphire and it was so beautiful. Now what I'm gonna do after I do that, I am going to lint roll my shirt. After I lint roll my shirt, I'm going to take it to my heat press where I am going to um, take the moisture out. And this is important, you have to lint roll your shirt first, then you're going to take the moisture out. After you take the moisture out, then you're going to find the middle of the shirt. Now when I find the middle of my shirt, what I'm going to do is I'm going to match up the edge of my outline. Now this is important because you do not want your template to fold together. If it folds together, that's it. You'll have to just go over it all again. So what you do, be careful and find the middle of the shirt, and that's what I did. So when I found the middle of the shirt, I put it down and then I went and I pressed my first layer. Now this is what my first layer looks like when it comes on. You can also wear your shirt like this. I think it's absolutely beautiful this way. And what I went ahead and did, I put the inside part of the template in the layer. Now this came out beautifully, it fits perfectly, and I was just so happy that everything lined up properly. Now I went ahead and I also pressed that, and I pressed it for 345 degrees, and I did it for 20 to 30 seconds. I just pressed everything all together, and when I was done, this is the result, guys, of the shirt. It came out absolutely beautiful. Let me know what you think in the comment section about this design. Is this something you're going to try? Are you into rhinestoning? Have you started as yet? Do you have the business edition? Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.